Okay, I'm going to be doing a quick hoop balance tutorial. I'm going to start right from the very basics, so this is for absolute beginners. First thing you want to know is it takes a long time. It depends kind of how naturally talented you are and how much you practice, but we're talking kind of a couple of months. We're not talking, for most people, we're not talking a couple of hours or a couple of days, a couple of months to get really quite good. Go quickly through hand balancing, but I think head balancing is much easier. Number one tip, if you wear glasses, take them off. There's two reasons for this. One is you might hit yourself in the face, although not very hard, because I mean, that's about as hard as it's going to get with a hand balance. Now the other reason is when you're doing a head balance like this, if you're wearing glasses you get like a split screen effect, where it looks like there's a little gap in the hoop. So if you wear glasses you'll probably understand. Basically the thing is, you've got to keep moving the bottom under the top. So if the top moves that way, move the bottom that way. The top moves that way, move the bottom that way. And it applies in this axis as well if it starts to fall, because it will fall of course. You've got to move the bottom underneath it. The tricky bit is sort of why you need so much practice is because your brain has no reason to know how to do that. There's probably nothing you've done in your life that will prepare you for this. So it is, look at the top, so hand underneath, right hand for me, could be left hand, finger on top, and then just before I let go I'm going to look at the top and start balancing. Try not to straighten your legs, because you'll have much more ability, and you think, well the hoop's not moving very much there, but yeah, I'm just making lots of really quick adjustments. You see I might move my feet, I might not. Might just use my hand. See, my gaze isn't moving, I'm just watching the same spot. Bigger hoops are easier, bigger objects, bigger hoops are easier, because they just have further to fall. It's as simple as that. For that to fall there will take longer, so it's going to be the same thing. Look at the top, and oh, made a right dog dinner of that. Oh, I'm still in shot, it's okay. Sort of making it look harder doing it this way, but it's pretty rock solid now. I've got the balance point. I suppose the other thing is sort of practice feeling on your left hand, or you can do it this way. What's it pressing against? Is it pressing against my fingers or my thumb? If it's pressing against my fingers, it's obviously going to fall that way. If it's pressing against my thumb, then it's going to fall that way. So that tells you, first of all, get it close to perfect as you can. Second of all, it'll kind of tell you what your first movement is, backwards or forwards. So this is left hand, a bit harder for me, but as you can see, yes, not so good. So with the left hand, but I don't like hand balances. They're kind of cool. Other people like them, but I don't mind. Head balances, number one thing, it won't hit you in the head. That's right, it won't hit you in the head. So if I drop it forwards in front of me, backwards, don't want to hit the computer. Sideways, so yeah, I can drop it in a specific direction if I want to. Same with like a broom handle or a club or a staff, it will always fall away from you. It can't physically fall straight down. It can, if your forehead gets slippy, it can. It doesn't happen to me very often. These are taped hoops, so it almost never ever happen with these. Number one thing, don't be afraid of hitting yourself in your head, because it's very difficult to do, happens very rarely. Number two, using two hands here, again, feel for it. I'm used to doing it, so I'm actually not doing it by feel. I'm just putting it in the same spot every time, but feel, oh it's against my thumbs there, it's going to go that way. Put very little pressure on my thumbs, I know it's on my fingers, but very little pressure. So you see, I'm making a small adjustment as soon as I let go. It's not a big, jerk to the side or anything, because I've got the balance point. You can do it the same way. I tend to do this one-handed now because I'm used to it, but you can use both hands in front of me I would do, and just feel, where does it feel right? I'm not so good with this direction. You can do it either this way or that way. You can do a kind of weird 3/4 thing, which is, you see, I don't practice that. So that's one difference with hoop balancing, is a club balance. Obviously it's got a circular cross section, so you give it a 1/4 turn, it's the same. And then just the same process. We just constantly try and move the bottom under the top. And you see, even if I can, let's see if we can get really quite solid. Yeah, so I'm in quite a good position there. You see, I'm just making really small adjustments, so you might not even see them. It's mostly sort of almost like the back and the neck. My feet don't move that much. They might do, but if I can really nail it, then I'm just moving like a couple of centimetres every time. Again, don't lock your knees, because you can't sway from side to side if you lock your knees. Just relax, keep staring up, and that's about it really.